Hey y'all, it is your fairy godmother. It is September. We are rolling through the year as slow as we are moving through the year. We're actually rolling through the year, and it's kind of crazy to even acknowledge that. Um, and so I want us to get ready to prepare for the year coming up. For those of you who have worked with me for a while, um, we always get started looking at the year ahead around like October. We'll start, preparing for like what's coming in the year ahead. Um, and this year I wanted to do just a little earlier, do something a little different and kind of start in September. Um, for a couple reasons. I mean, number one, there's just a lot happening. And I feel like there's a lot happening for people on an individual basis, on a community basis, on a global basis. And I just felt like I wanted to make sure to give people a space of individual focus, right? Like give you a space where you can feel like you have something positive to pay attention to. Um, and just kind of almost like a reprieve, like a shelter from the storm kind of thing for yourself. Um, and that part was really, really important to me. And on top of that, we talk about the new moon and the full moon every month. So, and this has been my format for years. I'm not one of those vision board people, although I like the crafting and creativity of it. There's a space where vision boarding kind of the process of it kind of falls flat because after a certain period of time, I mean, your vision board becomes a familiar part of your environment. And if you're not actively working on it, or paying attention to all of the steps. Like if you don't have active steps each month to move towards the goals, it becomes like a familiar piece of art in your room or wherever you put it. And so we we use the moon phases each month to be able to give ourselves a space of like checks and balances, right? So you can kind of check in with yourself and know, okay, I need to ramp this up. I need to do a little bit more here. I need to fall back here. And because so much changes in the course of a month, so much changes. So the things that were on your list to do, on your agenda, on your goal list in January, they might not even be feasible anymore by March. They might not even be something that you can even accomplish by March. You may have lost the tools or the resources or just whatever. Things change so quickly. And with vision boards, you don't necessarily have the option of checking back in to the tangibles and what is actually occurring. It's this stationary goal and it doesn't account for variables. I'm not saying not to do one because I'm visual and I like to see a visual. I like visualization, but we also have to go the extra step, which is having those workable, those deliverables that help us to get guided more towards what it is that we say we want to do. And those deliverables and those checks and balances give us the opportunity to pivot, You've got to be able to pivot and shift, or else you'll be left feeling unsuccessful. You'll be left feeling like, oh, this goal wasn't valid. No, the goal was valid, but maybe you gained some additional tools along the way, and you need to incorporate those. So we check in with ourselves every month through moon scopes, which allows us to say, are the things that are on my plate still valid? Do I still need these things? How is this working? And then we can shift as necessary. So by about October, and I've been doing this it's been several years, and I do this for you guys, and I offer it for you guys because it's something I've been doing for myself for years. Looking at the year ahead and this is less about planning, and it's more about giving yourself checkpoints to check in, because so many of us are action oriented, and we'll end up on autopilot. And so this is about giving you your own personal guide. And there's a message for each month. Starting in January, there's a message for each month. And I used to do one additional kind of like, this is the managed focus for the year. So you would get 13 messages. But last year, I was pulled to kind of change it up. And so you get an angel card for the first 6 months that tells you what your oracle message is. And then you get another angel card for the second 6 months that says, hey, this is what the second half of the year looks like. Because I feel like we have to break our time down into something that's kind of palatable, because it's a lot going on in the course of even a month. It's like, my God, I'm not even sure how I got through the month, let alone trying to gauge it all by a full year. And so how do you use this insight? Well, what I do is I actually write mine down in my journal. I have one page at the top of my journal that has all of my insights on it. And so as each month approaches, I go back to that page and I look at that page and I say, okay, what was the message? What was the card that was pulled with that message for that month? And I go study that. And I look at where I presently am, like how that message affects me in the present, what I may see for myself intuitively coming up. And a lot of times how that message has already showed up. Because sometimes you get to the message for February, you're in January, and you're looking forward to, like, let me see what's coming up in February. And you realize that February message has already touched your life in December and January. So you're like, cool. It's not necessarily that you're ahead. It's more like I have the awareness. So I'm not so jarred by what is coming up. Some things, it's like, if you know that this is kind of on the cards, you can alter it and say, no, I don't want to go that direction. Let me get myself in order. And some of it is stuff that's just like, look, this is coming. You know, you might have some financial issues coming up in April, but if you know that, how do you prepare? So I love doing this because it has consistently over the years given me focus and given me an anchor where I feel like I have something to come back to. If I've been frazzled all month long, here's this thing, like, let me come back and center myself. Let me get myself back grounded. What are the things that I wrote down in my journal that I said I was going to focus on for this month? It's the 10th day of the month, and I feel like I'm out of sorts. How do I come back to center? So this is, 2026 insights, and it just always feels so crazy to say that, like 2026. My Patreon members do get their Patreon discount. And I have my books open to get started prepping for these readings as of September 8th, which is today. It is a recorded session. And I like to let everybody know you are responsible for holding on to your recording and downloading it, because I do not save these. I can't tell you the amount of people who think that I keep these on storage, and then when they want to pull it back up, they're like, oh, she has it. No. If I have to go look for it, I'm going to charge you an administration fee, just like your doctor's office would. I typically email you the link, or message you the link wherever we tend to have conversation. You have the link. You can save and download that. You can take notes during the session. It's a totally interactive session for us to talk about things and see where you're already seeing some of that energy show up. So this is the session, the information for the actual reading that we do via phone. Some people like to get theirs put in a grimoire. What is a grimoire? It is, I get these really snazzy journals for y'all because I'm a journal person. I've been a journal person since I was in like elementary school. I get a new journal every year for my birthday, and it's got to be something snazzy. So I order in some really awesome journals for you guys. They're usually either leather bound or they have some other kind of binding. I'm not talking the ones that, I mean, they have nice ones at the dollar store. I'm not talking those though. Like, I get you guys some really nice journals. They're either leather bound or they're upholstered. And what I do in the grimoire is I actually set it up for you. Like, I literally set that journal up for you for the year. So it has your 2026, it has your year ahead insights already. I handwrite those in there for you. Put a little decoration in there to give you a little razzle dazzle. And then you definitely have space for the rest of the year to, like, you have journal space. You have complete journal space. So that is your journal for the whole entire year. But I set it up with your angel messages and your month-to-month messages in there, and you have space to journal for the rest of the year. So some people prefer to get their insights done in the grimoire. Or they just call me and we go over them via phone. However you do it is what's best for you. And my grimoire folks, they pretty much get them every year. So we do hop on the phone. That's my pleasure to do that as a courtesy for people who rock with me regularly. And we jump on the phone and we go over the insights and just kind of talk about it after I ship it out to you. So I ship it to you and we discuss it. My thing for this year is I want to get these done and shipped to you. Usually the readings end at the end of November, like right after Thanksgiving. Because as I go into December, it's my birthday month and it's my son's birthday month, and I like to focus on that and just kind of decompress for the year. But I usually have this open until November 30th. I really want to get these done for you guys and have them sent out before the holiday season, because they already raised shipping prices over the summer and they're going to raise them again for the holiday. So I want to make sure that you guys have your stuff in time for the holiday, and that you're able to go through your journal and start feeling mentally prepared for the year ahead. We don't get into the new year and say, okay, I need to prepare. We also don't prepare ourselves for the new year during the holiday. The holiday is kind of a crunchy time. Like, it's hard to prepare yourself for stuff during the holiday. So we want to make sure that we give ourselves and our hearts and our minds time and space to prepare for the year ahead as best as possible. This is what all of those fall celebrations are about. It's about community and preparing to hibernate and just kind of getting yourself together, um, and taking the time to do that proactively. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to message me. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me, and I will have all that stuff written in the comments. If you're interested in having your 2026 reading done, let me know. If you want a grimoire, the final thing about the grimoire is I do payment plans for the grimoire. They're $333. So I do payment plans for it. So that is something that you can kind of put on the books, and then as you have it paid off, then I complete it and I ship it for you. And the price includes the shipping. So you guys, if you are ready, just let me know. I love doing these for you. It's a labor of love, and it's something that I do for myself that has worked thus far, that I offer for all of you.